nag-umpisa.
The requests
PRA,
come from the people.
ang nag-initiate ng proceedings within the ENR would be PRA. Because of that request of the PRA,
Tama po.
siguro naman ang nag-initiate sa PRA would have been the persons reclaiming land siguro. I mean, babalikan ko si PRA. Basta PRA endorses something to DNR, it initiates your proceedings. O, nagsisurvey na po kayo. And then, now, so you have the meets and bounds of that particular area that we are talking about. And then, what do you do now? Does it reach the secretary level?
Yes.
Okay.
For endorsement to the Office of the President.
Okay, so the endorsement, from the point of view of the Office of the President, the endorsement comes not from PRA but from DNR.
That would be correct, Your Honor.
And the wording is, what is the particular action being requested by the DNR Secretary?
Actually, we're endorsing the requests because we're to come up with a complete stop work, recommending for issuance of a special patent, proclamation. And then, if it's approved, a special patent is issued over the reclaimed area, delineating the required buffer zone. We call it, in this particular case, the required buffer zone under our DAO would be 40 meters. That would be considered forest land, protection area.
Ano po yung buffer zone? Nalito tayo.
Not the
Nalito po
entire
tayo.
proclaimed area would be declared A&D. No? The one adjoining the water would be left as owned by the state.
Tinanong kita kanina kung ikaw ang nag-recommend sa President, sabi mo PRA. Ngayon sabi mo dapat kayo ang magsusulat sa President. There's conflict there.
I-clarify ko lang yung statement ko, ma'am. Request po yung nag-trigger ng aming action. And I said, the proponent. In this particular case, clarify ni PRA, sila yung proponent. Kasi there are projects applied with them, no? But the proponent could be LGU. Of course, ako may partner man sila. Sila yung requesting party. Ni-endorse din siguro ni PRA.
Madali na pong umatras. Dito muna ako sa because we have presidential proclamations and these are under the Marcos administration na pala. Right before me is proclamation number 237, but this is the May 2023 proclamation. And then si Mr. Literal mentioned an earlier one. What would be the number of that earlier one?
Madam Chair, 1377 po.
1377 naman. Okay, there's an 13 kasi in 1377. Okay, 4. Sige, Yusek, nandun na tayo. So the procedure is you make a survey, you do complete staff work. Meron ba decision making involved o ministerial lang? You do the survey and then you just endorse it. Can you possibly, in theory, make a negative finding na let us not declare this alienable and disposable?
Theoretically, yes, Your Honor. Like as earlier stated, baka submerged pa naman yung area, hindi pa. May certain height silang sinasabi.
Hindi, okay. Ang ginawa nyo nga rito, kaya nga kami nagtataka na-recommend nyo nga na gawing alienable and disposable, submerged pa Yan, nakita meron dito boundaries. Example page 1 lang ng Proclamation 237. Ano to boundaries nito? Future reclamation. Di ba submerged yun? When the phrase is future reclamation, what does that mean? Sige, medyo mali ang mga laymen kung gano'n. Sige, explain to us. So talagang ano na to?
Proclamation.
Angat na. Sige, explain to us bakit sa proclamation ay parang lumalabas ang mga words or ang phrase na future reclamation. Sige.
Ang yung submerged, Your Honor, yun yung adjacent area Pero yung pre-no-claim, mismo yung completed reclamation project na po.
So, pagdating dito sa mga yung mga line bearing natin, ano na yan? Ano ba tawag mong sa land na hindi na submerged? What do you call that? Reclaimed or above sea level. Ang sinasabihin, okay. So in that particular case, the DNR has no discretion to deny the request. Kasi sinabi mo kanina, nagdi-deny lang kayo kung submerged pa eh. Paano kung hindi na pala submerged? Wala na, tali na kamay ninyo.
Kasi in the first place, Your Honor, bago sila naman mag-reclaim, may mga requirements kino-complete. No? Once completed, ready na for endorsement for proclamation so that a special patent will be issued. So kung sinusundan namin guidelines, kompleto naman, then, as a matter of course, you just endorse it to the office of the President.
Okay, so that is from the very start. From the very start, yan ang danger dyan because in practice, once a reclamation project is approved, you're almost assured that the reclaimed land will be declared alienable and disposable. In practice, yes or no? Yes. Kasi
Yes.
I don't think you can cite any
Yes. Kung susundin lahat,
instance na dininay. Tama?
parang wala pa naman.
Wala. Kaya in practice.
Sinunod lahat yung proseso.
Ganun ang nangyayari. Okay. Ngayon, Mr. Literal, sinumat-total ko yung sinabi yung proclamation number 1377, ilang hectares po yun? Tapos isumat-total natin sa proclamation number 237, ano po yung
Yes, sir.
total ng dalawa?
Madam Chair and Senator Pimentel, for phase 1, it's 67.81 hectares. For phase 2, the proclamation 237, there are two titles. There are two. One is 12.43 hectares and the other is 67. The other is 54.59 for a total of 67.03 hectares. Madam Chair, for a total
Yes,
of
yes.
134.
Ayun, dalawa. Oh.
Yes, yes.
134 and that would
0.85.
yes, 134.85 hectares of from the two proclamations, and these are relevant only to the
Pasay
Pasay
265.
Harbor City
Yes,
Reclamation.
265. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, kada isa nito, itong apat na nabanggit po ng ATI, kung saan sila may reservations or ano, meron ng mga presidential
No, sir.
proclamations. Ito pa lang.
Just Pasay 265, sir.
Ito pa lang.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means if we can find something objectionable here, we can inform the office of the president to restrain, ano? So ganun ang nangyayari. Actually sa ibang bansa, just correct me if I'm wrong, DNR at saka PRA, sa ibang bansa, 'di ba, they reclaim actually to improve their ports. 'Di ba ganun ang nangyayari? They reclaim to improve their ports. Yes, karamihan yata ganun. I think Singapore, mga ganun. Dito sa atin,
Reclaim to destroy the ports.
yung impression ko, we reclaim, but not for the purpose of improving the port. Kasi ang purpose niyata nito, ending ito is ano to? Condo? What is the PRA? What would be all of this? Mamili ka rito sa 1 to 4 na reclamation projects which might affect our port efficiency or usage, which is the backbone of the economy. Okay, at least one of the backbones of the economy. Anong ending po nito? Maging successful lahat ito? Condo?
Sir, it's a mixed-use development, sir.
Precisely.
May
Ano
condo,
ibig
may
sabihin?
institutional, commercial.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct, di ba? Correct, gano'n na. Condo, residential, commercial. Maglagay lang naman ng commercial doon. May nakatira siguro doon. Pag wala siguro nakatira roon, parang hindi viable yung project.
Madam Chair, Mr. Senator, just for the information of the body, ICTSI and ATI also have their own applications for reclamation under their contract or concession with PPA. So they are likewise also expanding their or developing their port areas, Mr. Chair.
They develop their port when you have when you gave permit na to other na magre-reclaim. Eh pag sila yung magre-reclaim at saka yung others magre-reclaim, wala nang dadaanan ng vapor.
Madam Chair, they have their own areas of jurisdiction wherein they can develop their for future expansions. In fact, even Manila Harbor is also applying for an expansion of their port for another 50 hectares, Madam Chair.
I can understand the port. They're expanding the port. But when you are building, you are reclaiming for what do you call this, condominium near the port, that's a different story. I can understand when the port is expanding. Yeah. But making it residential area, yung ports, that's a different story altogether. Can you show us the map na it's feasible?
Yeah,
Can
para
you give us
para
the map
in,
of
in
these
context,
four,
yeah.
this for reclamation project in relation to the South Harbor. Yeah, yeah.
Sige, please prepare the map yan para Tapos in the meantime, Mr. Literal, yung mga port concessionaires natin, sabi mo they're also applying for land reclamation projects. And anong use nun? Exclusively for port purposes. Okay, hindi mixed use ha. Okay, kasi I will be greatly disappointed kung gano'n din ang sagot mo.
Actually, sir, it's for the expansion of their
Of the
port operations.
Yes,
sir.
port operations talaga. Okay. Sige ma'am. Tita?
Hindi ba yun ang
Iparedy-
dapat naging priority mo, yung expansion of the port rather than giving it to others?
Ano na status nun, ng mga port reclamation proposals of the concessionaires?
They're ongoing, also in phases, Madam Chair and Mr. Senator. Meron po sila kasing obligations din under the concession. So, hindi naman po ito one So, nagre-report din po sa amin yung stages po ng compliance sila dun sa concession agreement.
Ilan to? How many reclamation projects ito? By our port concessionaires,
Ma'am-
purely for improving the port area?
Just,
How
andito
many?
naman din po.
How many?
Actually, sir, ATI has its own conditions sa concession. Meron din pong ICTSI. Manila Harbor applied for a expansion din. Even PFDA, sir, applied for expansion of this port.
Apat, more or less.
At least 4 years.
Okay. Were these also covered by the suspension order by the President?
We were informed, yung sa ATI and ICTSI, wala po silang ongoing, so hindi po sila affected.
Yeah, pero kung meron mang ongoing, would have been affected.
Could have been, sir.
Or could have been affected.
Yes,
So
sir.
yung dalawang ongoing.
And yung, sir, sa PFDA, sir, we issued a notice of suspension and a CDO was also issued by DENR. Just to comply with the presidential
So
directive.
enumerate sinong mga port ang nag-apply na expansion? So,
Ma'am, under po doon sa concession agreement, meron pong sa record namin yung ATI and ICTSI.
pero hindi pa sila nag-a-apply. Did you apply? We asked ATI and ICTSI. Nag-apply ba kayo ng port expansion?
Yes, Madam Chair. We actually, under our concession with the Port Authority, were mandated to develop. And in that aspect, we also use the certificate and clearances of PPA. So that is in coordination with the DNR and PRA as well. We completed ours already last year, which is why it was already done. So we're using it now. The only pending construction we have is not reclamation, Madam Chair, but it's the pier. We're doing it on piles, so it's not considered as the reclamation, Madam Chair. Your Honor.
Good morning, Madam Chair. We currently have an application for construction of Berth 8. That's about a 6-hectare development inside MICT.
That's about 8 hectares, Madam Chair.
8 hectares. So, may na lang. Parang expansion lang ng port.
Pero reclamation pa rin.
Oh, pero
Para klaro, no? Para klaro. ATI, you reclaimed 8 hectares tapos na. So,
Yes, Your
no
Honor.
longer affected by the order.
Yes, Your Honor.
ICTSI, you are still you need to reclaim 6 hectares?
We have a pending application for an ECC, sir.
sino
And
pa yung may application beside the two of them?
Madam Chair, PFDA po.
PFTA.
PF?
Philippine Fisheries Development
Oh,
Authority.
PFDA.
Kasi yung nabotas.
Yes, Madam
But
Chair.
that's government. How many hectares?
Ma'am, around 17 hectares. Actually,
13
this is
hectares.
this is the improvement of the existing breakwater and the Pier 5. So we just expand.
Yes, but GOCC kayo, di ba?
Oh, gee.
Yes,
Okay, and
Your
then,
Honor.
Mr. Literal, even a GOCC follows the general procedure.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
And if the President orders suspension, pati sila covered.
Sino
Yes,
pa?
po.
Okay,
Tatlo
sino pa
lang?
isa? Meron pa
Tatlo
isa?
lang? Sabi mo
May isa
apat.
pa eh.
Ma'am, may pending application po ang Manila Harbor,
Manila Harbor.
Manila
Ano
North.
yung Manila Harbor?
It's the city of Manila and
May port ba siya dito?
North Harbor din po. There's an existing port and they applied for an expansion of another
North
50
Harbor?
hectares.
5-0.
Sino may
Yes, sir,
ari
50.
nito?
Manila Harbor Center, Mr. Regis Romero, Madam Chair.
Private din.
Pero hindi ba kontrata din to sa government?
It's
Na ino-operate nila yung Manila Harbor Center?
it's with PPA, Madam Chair.
So, nag-a-apply sila, gaano kalaki?
Another 50 hectares, Madam Chair.
50?
50, Madam Chair.
Hindi ba siya yung nag-ooperate ngayon ng Subic?
Yes. Hindi ma'am. Sa kanila po, I am not sure whether they already
No,
took
it's in
over the
papers.
operation.
It's in
But-
the papers.
Yeah, it's in the papers.
Tinake over nila yung Subic. Port. 50 hectares. Pero ginawa niya na to? Hindi pa.
No ma'am, pending application pa rin ma'am. It's one of the projects on the
So,
pipeline. ma'am.
ito yung mga port talaga.
Yes, ma'am.
Yung ginagawa mo, hindi port yon.
Mixed,
Reclamation
yes.
lang yon for other commercial and residential. Now, we will ask ATI, how will that affect you, yung apat na yon? Can you envision na kung matuloy yun, how will that affect you?
Well, Madam Chair, the first part, we already voiced out that it's the entrance to the port itself.
Wala ba
But
tayong mapa niyan? Para mapakita natin sa mga tao? Wala tayong mapa? Pwede ba ipakita nyo sa ano? At least we will hear muna yung isang harbor, then the next harbor, how they will be affected, di ba?
Makikita sa entrance.
Kasi yung mga operator ng port talagang tumawag sila sa akin, gusto nila.
Pasok na goods. Pati export natin, paano lalabas? Tsaka, ang alam ko dyan, tita, meron yan mga, di ba, binavalue yan yung natural depth ng ano eh.
Oo.
Binavalue yan, may value yan. Tapos tayo, kung magre-reclaim tayo, papunta natin yung mga subsidence, ano, mababaw lahat yan. May value yan eh, may value.
So, while we're waiting for PRA